Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Bleacher Report's live coverage of the Collision on July 13th. Here is a look at the lineup from this week's show: Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly vs. The Kingdom, Roderick Strong vs. Dalton Castle, Top Flight vs. Shane Taylor Promotions, Konosuke Takeshita vs. Tommy Billington, Harley Cameron vs. Sky Blue, Bang Bang Gang in action, and Nyla Rose in action. Let's take a look at what happened during this week's episode of Collision. Billington impressed in his last outing, so a lot of fans were excited to hear he would be appearing on Collision against Takeshita. Takeshita had a big size and power advantage and made sure Billington knew it when he shoved him to the ground during their initial lockup. Billington didn't stay down long and got in some offense here and there, but this bout was mostly dominated by Big Take. While this bout was solid on a technical level, it didn't really feel like a new match. The pacing was much more similar to something we would get in WWE. Billington rallied after a break and hit a series of high-impact moves, but he took too long climbing to the top rope and paid for it. Takeshita survived a pile driver and avoided a diving headbutt before he recovered and finished off the Dynamite Kid with a running knee strike. Afterward, Billington turned down a spot in the Callis family and took another beating from Takeshita until FTR made the save. Result: Takeshita defeated Billington. Grade B. Juice Robinson, Austin, and Colton Gunn were in action this week in a non-title bout against three local competitors. This was a basic squash to give the Bang Bang Gang an easy victory, but what came after is what people will be talking about this weekend. With Jay White out with an injury, BBG tried to invoke the Freebird rule so Robinson could be one of the champions. Christopher Daniels said that wasn't the case and stripped them of the titles. Result: the Bang Bang Gang won. Grade: incomplete. Castle and Strong fought for a shot at the Raw World title in the next match. Since Strong had some backup, Castle brought the Outrunners with him. Castle used his size advantage to wrestle Strong to the mat, but the Messiah of the Backbreaker gained the upper hand before the break. The first half of this was relatively basic, but they picked up the pace and turned this into a competitive performance. Even with four guys at ringside, it felt like all of the attention was on the competitors where it belonged. Strong nailed a knee to the face to pick up the win and earn a title shot against Mark Briscoe. Result: Strong defeated Castle. Grade B. Nyla Rose had a quick match with a local talent named Ava Lawless. It was a one-sided fight that saw the Native Beast score an easy victory. Result: Nyla Rose won. Grade: incomplete. Action Andretti accompanied Dante and Darius Martin to the ring for their match against Anthony Ogogo and Lee Moriarty, who had Taylor in their corner. Dante and Moriarty started by trying to one-up each other. When they both made the tag, Ogogo took control of Darius with some stiff strikes. This was a fun encounter with some standout sequences, but there were times when it felt like all four men were holding back during the first half, likely in an effort to pace themselves. Even with interference from Taylor, Top Flight was able to get the win when Darius pinned Moriarty. Result: Top Flight defeated Shane Taylor Promotions. Grade B. In a bit of a strange situation, it pitted two heels against each other when Blue took on Cameron, who had Saraya in her corner. Cameron got in a surprising amount of offense, especially early in the match. Her role in it has mostly been to support others and put them over, so it was nice to see her get a chance to display her growth. While this bout had some good moments and showed two young stars who have come a long way since their respective debuts, you could also see a lack of chemistry and moves being telegraphed in some spots. Blue was able to get the win with a new finisher. The crowd didn't seem to know how to react since neither woman was a face. Result: Blue defeated Cameron. Grade C+. The Road Tag Team Champions were in action this week when Matt Taven and Mike Bennett took on Cassidy and O'Reilly. Strong watched from the commentary table. Taven refused to fight Core and said they should be on the same side. OC tagged in when Bennett did the same thing and took out both men with a suicide dive. O'Reilly finally got in the ring again